Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Shove It. We're here joined again with the gang, everyone except Gato. He's in the fucking mosque right now, praying it out. How you guys been? Anything interesting happened to you guys recently?
My sister got a kitten.
My family actually wants to get a cat.
Dude, honestly, do it.
And my mom went in January, but they told her no, they're not mating right now. I didn't know cats had times of the year where they mated, and right now it's that time.
Yeah, it's like spring. A lot of
Animals
things do. Yeah. And fish.
But why the fuck do dogs fuck whenever they get a chance?
Because they're dogs.
We're all gonna tell right now in this segment a story they have of a bad encounter with a dog. I'll go first.
Ooh, I have.
I was like 5 years old, and I was at my cousin Junior, and we were chilling in the backyard. They had this big ass pit bull. Keep in mind, I was like 3 feet tall until I was about 14 years old. So, and I also had a big ass head. Still have a pretty big head, but I kind of grew into it a little. I was walking up to this fucking fat ass pit bull, and this motherfucker starts just looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, your dog's cute." I get too close. He's tied up to a tree. That's the first red flag, bruh. Motherfucker was tied up to a tree. I was like, oh, okay. I walk up to him. He let me get close enough to where he could get me. He jumped on me and he bit me in the fucking cheek. I fell back. I hit my head, and then he was just on top of me like, "Argh." And I was like, I'm gonna die right now. All I remember was I ended up running away somehow, and I ran to my grandma's room. And she put on some El Remedio de la Tía.
El Vaporú?
No, you know that one, weird, it's like a ointment. And she just put it all over my face. I swear, every time as a kid that I got injured, not once did I go to the, hospital. I cracked open my fucking head. They put spider webs on it, bruh. But yeah, that was my story.
I don't have any dog stories, but I did go to the hospital once. Just once, though, when I broke my arm.
How old were you when that happened?
When I broke my arm, I was in 4th grade.
I've never broken a bone in my body.
I've broken an arm. And I had a cast and
broke
everything.
Was your muscle was your bone legit cracked?
Or was it fractured?
It wasn't wiggly and dangling everywhere.
But it did just.
But I think it did, because I didn't know that I had it broken until I went to the hospital.
I have an interesting story to tell you guys.
Let's hear it.
All right. When I was in kindergarten, I still don't know how to do the monkey bars, but I tried doing the monkey bars, and
You slipped?
I slipped.
Dumbass.
And I
That's
hold
where I
up.
broke my.
This is the
arm in
weird
monkey
part
bars.
though. What do you guys consider this? You know, when I think I was actually in preschool. So when you're in preschool, your bones are very fucking
milk bones?
they're very bendable, because they're very resistant.
They're barely developing.
Exactly. So my bone, instead of snapping and breaking, what it did is that it really twisted.
What the fuck?
So what they had to do is put a cast for it to just go straight.
Oh, so you didn't need surgery?
Twist it, pop it, pull it.
That was what they did to your bone, bro.
That was a remedy, but if I would have not done anything about it, my bone would have just grown like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember my grandpa? His finger? But my grandpa one time, when he was younger, accidentally cut off his finger.
Same with my dad.
Actually, I'm lying. I think a girl cut his finger off.
Bruh.
Yeah. I think she bit his ear off too. A piece of his
Chill.
ear.
Tyson bites?
Mike Tyson.
Rest in peace, grandpa.
Link in the
Oh.
link in the description for the Tyson bites.
Link in the clip. But yeah, and he decided to put on his finger back with super glue. That shit grew on like this, bro. Back. And it healed sideways.
At least they grew back, cause.
Yeah.
And that's crazy though, because maybe if they would have placed it a little bit better, then it would have been the same.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But damn, super glue.
I think
Who
he
would've
said
known?
that, or I heard one of my uncles just fuck around and say that.
Maybe.
But it stuck to me when he said that.
It's because I'm thinking super glue on the nub,
Uh-huh.
and then place it back. But I think super glue on top and the bottom to hold it in place.
I don't think it got cut off. Maybe it got broken and it got cut, and he just kind of fucking closed the cut by putting glue on it.
Yeah.
And just left it like that.
It's fucking
That's
nasty.
what they do at the nail
I
salon.
think if you don't heal a broken bone or something, your bone will grow back, but weird. It starts to it'll become deformed.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking when you were saying. That's why it reminded me.
Have you seen my dad's Have you seen my dad's hands?
No.
This one of his pinkies is like that.
You guys ever?
And it grew back like relatively normal, like the nail and everything grew back.
You guys ever like play with try to catch a lizard and you fucking rip his tail off on accident?
yeah.
When I was younger, me and my cousins would have the BB guns, but like the metal bullets, right? And we'd go chase lizards while we were camping. And we trapped one in a rock, like it just couldn't go anywhere. And we literally just aimed a barrel down there and shot it.
No.
And basically just killed it.
Yeah, you're going to hell for
And I
sure.
felt hella bad.
That was Mark Zuckerberg's kids, bro. Nautical training, murdering lizards in
I
cold
felt hella
blood.
bad, bro.
Hey, honestly, in Mexico, dude, ain't like at that small ass age, you start like killing little animals like that.
That's how serial killers start.
Yeah.
Dude, what's the
That's
first?
what they say.
One of the first toys you got in Mexico, Josie.
A
Wouldn't
gun.
it be a resortera?
Yeah,
You're not a show killer?
might be.
Yeah, we still got a couple years ahead of us.
What's the name of that guy from
I know you're not.
Scranton Strangler?
The Scranton Strangler.
All right, next topic.
Are we good, or should we eat first and then come back to it?
We're ASMRing this shit.
I know.
Alright,
like,
I'm gonna
it's
talk
gonna be
right
like
now.
that.
Yeah. All
I
right,
just want to
so
show you guys too.
next topic. Let's talk about a scary paranormal experience you had,
Oh, hell no.
Honestly, I don't have any paranormal experiences because I just don't give a fuck.
or a story that you know.
I don't know any.
The only experience I have with that is when I get sleep paralysis.
Tell me one time you had sleep paralysis.
I was probably like 17, and I was laying on my back. That's what people tell me
Triggered.
that happens when you sleep on your back. But it was it happened like 3 times that week, and the third time, the last one, I felt like my eyes were open and I was just in the dark like place on my bed, and then like someone like I could hear on my right side was like.
Oh, hell.
And I was like this, and then I remembered because I would tell my brother, like, bro, I get hella, like, I can't even move sometimes 'cause I didn't know what it was. And then my brother was like, oh, it's just sleep paralysis. He was like, don't worry, you'll get used to it.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. And then I would always think about that, and I would just, like, close my eyes and then go back to sleep.
I can
and then
wake
wake
myself up.
You really didn't give a fuck. You were like, if there's a demon right there, I'm just gonna die.
Yeah, I just went back to sleep. I was like, whatever.
That's why I sleep with I guess it's a habit now. But when I was little and I got scared, I just put the blanket over my head.
I used to sleep like that too.
And I still sleep like that.
I
I guess it's
comfort.
just a habit now.
I used to sleep, and I would sleep with my feet tucked underneath the blanket.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't have my feet laying off the bed.
Mm-mm.
I feel like something's gonna grab it.
Then there's people that sleep with like their arm hanging out and their
Yeah.
leg hanging out.
But I'm saying I think I have had like paranormal experiences. Like I just don't care though. Like I feel like if you don't pay attention to it, like it's whatever.
Do you know there's people that live like that? Like I seen on TikTok. That there was like this lady. She would have like a poltergeist in her house.
What does poltergeist mean?
I think like a big paranormal, like a big an event happening, like where you actually see and hear things.
Mm-hmm.
So like your fucking cabinets ripping open and like your TV like making hella noise and like just like shit that's like way too much. It's like the peak, kind of like the apex of like a paranormal activity, you could say. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong.
Because I know there's a movie called Poltergeist. I've never seen it though.
I heard it's scary.
I should probably watch
I don't think any scary movies are scary.
I got burgers. Do you remember that shit?
What?
This one's for you.
The cheerleaders?
Yeah. And then their ass would hang out, and I'm like, oh, fuck no, bro.
What do you mean that was hot?
Oh. Hey, then the guy what was his name?
He was like,
He would pretend, he was like, hey, get the fuck out of here. And he'd be like, hey, baby.
he'd be like looking at her.
Yeah.
What was that from?
Long and short. But yeah, I had a paranormal activity too. But I'm going to talk about the time I had sleep paralysis because that's kind of relevant right now. One time I was laying down in my bed, and I remember I took a nap. It was like after soccer practice or something. So you know those naps where you're after practice, you're fucking tired. And I was just laying down, and I remember I heard my fish tank and everything, and I was sleeping. So I was like, I was pretty asleep, but the fact that I still heard my fish tank, I feel like I wasn't completely asleep.
Yeah.
And I remember I opened my eyes, but I couldn't move. And my fucking body started to get hella hot. And I started to feel. I swear to God, like if someone was like going like touching my stomach from like the right side to my left, like just like hugging me, like if someone was cuddling with me, and I was like, oh hell no, and I couldn't move, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I heard like what you said, like a breathing, but mine was more like of a like something like weird, like a weird like moan groan kind of.
That pit bull off.
Yeah, that pit bull came back, bruh. and I was like, and then I heard it, and it was like, and it did like a weird noise like that, and I started praying. I started praying because I was like, I'm probably gonna die right now, but I might as well try to fight this thing off. And I started praying, and as soon as I did that, it just like stopped making noise, and I could move. And I was like, oh, that's fucking weird, bro. Like, yeah, that house scared me a few times where it scared me. But honestly, like kind of like what you said, there was scary shit that happened to me in that house, but never once was I scared of being there. I was like, man, I like this place.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like everywhere you fucking go to is haunted. Like, think about it. How many fucking people have walked in this?
Yeah.
I bet you people have died right on this random part of the street. You know.
maybe.
Dude, there are dead bodies everywhere.
You guys hear about Lake Tahoe being like a body ground, like or like a body dump, like there's hella bodies in the lake apparently.
No, what the fuck?
Yeah, I heard that like because that I don't know how, but Lake Tahoe is super fucking deep. Like it's fucking deep.
Isn't it I think it's connected to like to a big ocean.
Is it?
Oh.
I don't know how that would make any sense, but I'm not doubting it because that shit is big.
Yeah.
I would need to see like a whole stream going into it. I've never seen that at Lake
Right.
Tahoe. And I seen a TikTok, where someone was like diving, and it's called a shelf, so like a sea shelf, and basically that's like where the water just drops off and it gets hella deep.
Oh yeah.
And
That should scare you.
yeah, dude, the video he was swimming and you could see a fucking current like going into the shelf, and like everyone's like, that's fucking scary. Like imagine not knowing how to swim and you start going down and then the current pulls you into the fucking deep. And
That's how waves are, bro.
and that's what people were saying. Like, do you know how many dead bodies have probably fallen in there? And because of the temperature of the water, apparently they don't bloat, they don't get gas and everything like the what is it called, decomposition. It doesn't happen.
It's hella cold.
Yeah, because the water temperature is hella cold, so bodies just stay down there preserved for years. And the reason why they kind of figured that out is because they found like a fucking a scuba diver or some shit, and he like apparently was scuba diving and he died going down, and they found his body like in a shelf just floating there, like preserved, like
Like from the 1800s.
nah, it was probably
Captain America.
I think it was probably from like maybe like 30 years ago or something, but still 30 years in water and your body's not decomposing or like that's
It was probably like somebody missing.
yeah, he was missing. He
Yeah.
was missing, and they found his body, and they were like, well, he's
You know what would be cool? If they put like a camera that you can control,
That-
like a kind of like a drone down there.
that's what everyone was saying. They're like, why hasn't no one like put in like a little submarine or something with like a camera? Like you know how much shit you could probably recover from down there, but at the same time, who the fuck wants to do that? Maybe like if Elon Musk like lost a relative.
Some people are
And,
really curious, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like if Elon Musk was like, I'm gonna like solve some crimes here.
Yeah.
Like
Bro,
I'm
that
gonna,
fool's a fucking. He has a
He's-
lot of influence. He's
Yeah.
smart. That fool's hecka smart. He's literally
Yeah.
like, he has his name in everyone's mouth, and he's consistently knowing how to make money off of it.
he really be in your mouth like that,
He really be in your mouth.
rent free.
But back to the lake thing.
He be in Amber Heard's mouth for sure.
I feel
I
like
still don't know what's going
I
on
feel
with
like we
that.
talk about Lake Tahoe as if it's like something that everybody knows. Like I feel like obviously Lake Tahoe is pretty like unique, but like there's like other places that are like.
I think,
more-
Emily, I think it's because everyone in California knows what Lake Tahoe is.
No, that's what
Lake Tahoe is a small lake in Nevada.
Well, it's
It's
not
kind
that
of
small.
the border between Cali and.
Yeah, it's literally.
It's not small, but it's in
It's
terms
pretty
of
fucking big.
yeah, in terms of like compared to like the ocean, I don't fucking know. Everything's small compared to the ocean,
What?
I guess. Whatever.
Wait, but have you heard of Lake Lanier though?
No, I haven't. Where's that?
It,
No.
it is. It is. I think it's in Georgia. It's like the most haunted lake.
And why is
And like hella shit happens because it used to be a freaking graveyard or something. And they
We should go
freaking.
there.
You know,
it's like a
you know what's
man-made
crazy? I
thing.
mean, this might sound like a little
Oh.
depressing or something. If you really think about it, eventually we're gonna be someone we're gonna be like, there's gonna be miles of generations and dirt and stuff above us, and like people are just gonna walk over us all the time. Because eventually we're all gonna die, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be thousands of years from our death.
But the thing is, if I remember this correctly, because I listened to a lot of like true crime things, so I'm pretty sure this is the same story. But the bodies were relocated, so they were taken out of their graves into another like park or something.
Where? Who's?
Lake Lanier.
Never been there.
Well, it's in Georgia,
Yeah,
so.
I don't think you've ever been to Georgia.
No, but that's why, and there, hella people drown there. People go missing around the area. Like it's pretty crazy.
What do you think the tourists, or no, not the tourists, but the residents there feel like? Are they like, nah, it's all just stories and myths, or are they like, nah, for real, bro, there's something out there?
You good?
I'm sure there's something like that.
I feel like it's kind of like. I feel like people don't really think much of it, because you are constantly surrounded by it. People probably there grew up around it. Like, I feel like it's different when you're a tourist or like you're out of the area.
Mark, you pass me the popcorn.
More crunchy food.
Yeah.
Is that?
Here, Emily, you got some.
Wait, hold on. What
He
was
said
that?
what?
Wait, what was
Say
that?
that again. Say that again. He was like, what?
They're just playing. Okay, thank you.
If you know, you know. Grapefruit video.
Sure. So we're gonna put a grapefruit.
Why does it sound like that?
That's how she does it.
If you, I know Javi's answer, and I know what he's gonna say.
What's gonna be my answer?
Say the answer first.
My question first is,
No,
Say the
say
answer.
the answer first.
like the Renaissance times.
Alright.
And my
I
question is
know
gonna
your
be like, if you could live anywhere in the history of time, like you know, like the Roman time or the Spartan times or whatever, where would you live and why?
The Great Depression.
Bruh.
Hey, that's facts though.
I like the challenge.
I'll be in the roaring 20s.
If you know it's gonna hit, then you're gonna like be prepared for it.
And just invest right there, huh?
Well,
invest
that's
in the
another
companies.
question.
I'd be owning stocks.
Are you gonna know shit from
Yeah.
the past, from the future?
Or am I going like blank, like reborn?
Alright, if you knew.
If I knew,
You know what's gonna happen.
Dude, I'd fucking go back to the Renaissance time. Sure, I'd be a fucking king.
oh, that'd be badass.
I wonder how the like conquerors actually felt about like when they first saw like, unfortunately, African American people. You know, like they landed on
They probably seen them as animals.
No, they did.
because they weren't like as advanced, huh?
No, I would think that genuinely. How do you see someone and think of them as less than you? The only way I could see someone thinking that is if you see them as not equal as
You
human.
talking about like when they first saw each other,
Or like when they
encountering each other?
started colonizing them and shit, like bringing them onto like to Europe and like in America and shit like that. Like what made them see black people and think we want them as slaves?
Well, I think it's because they probably fought them first, and they won that battle, and turned them into prisoners, from prisoners to slaves.
Wasn't there like Mexican slaves too?
Yeah, I think
There's slaves for basically every place conquered. There's gonna be slaves.
Yeah.
You know what I think though?
There's probably hell of them motherfuckers. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't even think that
And they were fighting with bows and arrows, and these motherfuckers had muskets.
exactly. I think that just the difference in technology. It was like these guys aren't even a fight.
Hey, the most dangerous thing about the white man was not the weapons. It was their fucking diseases, bro. That literally killed more people than the actual
The
man.
chicken pox,
Everything.
Smallpox.
smallpox.
The Black Plague. That was back in the days. Like back in the
But like you know, like the French to
Can you
the
imagine
Native
people
American.
like that though? Like, damn, these people are hella sick. We should just give them blankets and then take those blankets to over here.
That's
Like, who the fuck thought about that?
They didn't think about it like that. They just thought, oh, he got
No, they
sick.
did. You don't know what? Don't
They
you remember?
did.
They tactically did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
They infected them like on purpose.
Oh, but that was the native people. I remember.
They did it to a little bit of.
Yeah, I remember.
They also. That's how. Well, I don't know if they did it on
The
purpose.
indigenous people, they were targeted like that. They would
Mike, I wonder though, how is it that like indigenous people or the people from over here don't have like a disease for them?
I think because they're pure. There's no contamination. or something. It has to be like that. Like when you think about an advanced society, what starts to happen? There's like a surplus of food, a surplus of trash, of waste, and then not only that, then like rodents start to get into it. Rodents have their own diseases. There's more of a chance of you getting exposed to like a fucking rat when you're like in the city.
That's what I'm saying though. They probably for sure had more diseases back then.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that makes sense. Like if you think about being an indigenous person, you're living in a fucking tribe. Your immune system is super fucking low because you're not constantly exposed to like bacterias and shit. Like you're exposed to animals, and you could probably even eat raw fucking meat.
You know what I think? It's because think about this. Europe, like since that real advancements, you know, like people are over here conquering other countries and stuff. Europe, they've always just everyone fucking knows everyone's each other's neighbors. How many fucking people is there out there? People like the Asian people were already like trading with the European because Asian cultures or countries back then were actually very smart and powerful. You know.
Yeah, they were always trading.
They were the sellers.
Yeah, they were always selling.
So like
Yeah.
They're still the sellers.
imagine like all the fucking, you know, people coming with each other and like every person, like every society has different ways of living. Some more dirty, some more clean. Some eat meat that's raw and stuff, you know. And eventually they all mixes.
You know what's crazy? Europe is literally like the creative continent. Like Europe has always been like they create like with religion, with arts.
That's not true.
No, but hold on. I know Asians too, and I know every.
It's where
every,
civilization was first founded, right?
No, I don't
In
know.
Europe.
I don't know. But I'm saying like you think about it and it's like it's just crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much.
There's a saying by Napoleon Hill or what's the name of the
Napoleon Dynamite.
No, it is Napoleon Hill, then, right? The guy who conquered like the French Revolution, that guy.
Yeah, the guy that was like 5'3".
Yeah, but he fucking conquered like half of Europe.
Yeah.
He said that like at the end of the day, like history doesn't matter because it's only the winners who really write the story, who really write the history and facts. You know.
He edited his height.
It was 4'8".
But he put 5'3".
There's a lot of history that people like bring out that we didn't get taught like in high school at all.
I like history all the time. Watching the videos and shit was always hella interesting.
Hutu and Tutsi.
That was cool.
I like that shit too. I actually like that movie.
I never finished it. I don't know what happens at the end.
I think at the end, you know how the United Nations pulls up? They pick them up and they end up keeping like three trucks, like the UN, parked at Rwanda.
Yeah, you know the story hella good.
Yeah, I do, cause I paid attention.
You're a Hutu rebel.
You're a Tutsi cockroach. After they got picked up, so they tried to escape Rwanda because they were running out of supplies. So they snuck out in their fucking big ass truck with like people in the back, and they started driving by. I forget who were the bad guys, the Tutsi or the Hutu. I can't remember.
I think the Hutu were the bad guys.
I think so too. But so yeah, they tried to sneak out of the country, and like in the very end, like they get checked or something, and then like somehow miraculously they fucking make it like past the border, and like the UN is parked right there or something like that.
Emily, what about you? What society will you live in? What time? What year?
Nah, honestly, I'm cool with right now.
Okay,
Like,
no?
why would I want to live in a place where things aren't as developed as right now? Did women get the right to fucking even be a woman? Like, they still don't have rights to be women. Apparently, guys.
You wouldn't even go back to the 90s or the 80s or the 70s?
I wish I was, like, born a little bit, like around the same age as my sister.
Oh,
Why?
Well, she's 26, so she's not that much older than me. But I kind of like the growing up in the 90s.
Yeah, it did seem kind of cool.
Like a lot of the TV shows were hella cool. I mean, I still watch a lot of 90s TV.
There's a lot of TV culture.
Because it was still like
Now
running.
it's internet culture. Everything's internet.
Back then,
everything's
people actually
Wi-Fi.
interacted and.
Yeah, it's TV. You would talk to your friend. Hey, you watched that episode of Blank last night?
All that?
Like back then,
Yeah.
back then it was normal to call your friend up.
Oh yeah, give him a call. Hey, Brian, what you doing?
I've mailed
Nowadays,
letters.
like if one of y'all calls me, I'm kind of like, okay, he probably needs a favor. Let me answer them.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up?
true. That's true. That's just the way that now. If you want to talk to someone, it's probably on FaceTime. You FaceTime them.
But like
remember what-
even that you have to like really schedule and shit.
Do you remember?
Nah, I'll answer anytime.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Josie?
What about me?
Where would you live? What time?
Whatever the Spartan era was.
So like
The
during
Roman
Greeks?
Empire?
Yeah.
That shit was sick.
You live
I
to
would-
like
I
you.
would be a warrior.
You live to like 40 years old, and
Yeah.
then
You would've lived with
you
her.
either get murdered or like
With
disease.
Huh?
You would have been with Zeus.
Yeah, I would have been with Zeus. Is there chilling? And
Dude, hey, if you were
Aphrodite.
technically, if you had that DNA, you'd be fucking ripped.
Dude, I seen a guy on TikTok. He looked exactly
Yeah,
like Zeus.
I seen
bro.
that. He's like some white guy, and he has like a
Oh, yeah.
round ass face, but he has like a beard.
You would be a fucking
Gladiator.
A gladiator.
You know, you know what I'd want to be?
me too.
I'd want to be a
The
ninja.
tiger.
The what?
A ninja.
A ninja?
Yeah, like
I
have
used
like
to
a
be
whole
obsessed
like
with
a
being a
whole
ninja, bro.
samurai sword and like throw fucking.
From Beverly Hills.
No.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah, he was solid.
But
He could
yeah,
hide behind the pole. He was like,
was he fat?
Yeah, I was fat.
I would want to live in any time where like I'm a hunter gatherer, you know, and I'm just like say I know I'm not gonna get invaded or anything. Like live in an area where I'm literally just hunting, fishing, and
So Mexico.
I guess, but like you know, like now with
Mm.
you don't have to worry about money and shit. All you have to worry about is eating.
Yeah, but then you'd get attacked like Apocalipto.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
You could
like,
literally-
I'm pretty sure there's been tribes that were there for hundreds of years without fighting. You know?
Dude, you literally could go to Mexico and live exactly like that. All you need to do is throw away your phone. Throw away your phone and don't live with anyone.
Not
Just
really.
live on
Not
your
in
own.
Mexico. Not anymore.
Well, if
But
you
I can go like to the Amazon. You know, I can definitely
yeah,
do something.
you'd
like
probably get like
you can do a
speared.
certain part of Mexico.
I
You
think
can probably
you
do
could.
the tourist areas.
But
Those
that's
shits are always like.
not
But he's
really.
trying to be away from people.
Like I'm trying to like you literally just you get your own food or you're gonna die. Like primarily all you care about in your day is making sure you get something to eat.
I seen
Like that'll be fun. Every day is like, oh yeah, let's see. What do I want? I want to get a fucking deer. This
go to Australia.
dude.
Oh, true.
Dude, go to Australia. That's how the guy that I watch on YouTube, he literally all the food he gets is from the ocean.
Just fight.
He goes fishing one day, gets a fish, that's his food for the day. And then if he doesn't want to go fish the next day, catches a couple fish, puts them on ice, takes them home, and he just has food for the next few days. And it's fresh fucking meat. What do you need? A 50-pound bag of rice? How long is that gonna last you? It's gonna last you a minute for one person, and you have fish. What more can you ask for?
That's pretty cool. Bro, and then you have just lobster and crab whenever the fuck you
Yeah,
want.
you get lobster, crab, squid.
And
And-
you get an experience.
Yeah, and he goes yeah, just like shit like that's cool. But I know you like shooting and like hunting like that, so I don't know.
I would
how
want
the-
both.
I don't
Just
know
go live in the
how.
Amazon.
Over there, you know what's funny about the Amazon? I watched the hunting show where he actually hunts in the Amazon. It's a pretty fucking cool episode.
Have you heard
But-
about that shit recently?
What?
About the Amazon, what they discovered? They like, cause you know how they're cutting down the Amazons,
Mm-hmm.
so they're like starting to like see more stuff from like long ago.
Oh yeah,
like prehistoric.
Yeah, and supposedly they found like DNA from like
Australia.
tribe?
yeah,
Oh really?
from like Australia,
So there's like
from long ass time ago. But back then it was known that like nobody was traveling like that back then.
so
Supposedly,
there was somebody that was traveling.
yeah. Well,
Dude, but wasn't
has
there
to
like
be.
wasn't there proof of like pirates and shit like that?
Pirates were probably like
For sure here.
from Europe, but like they were just
Yeah.
like looked at as
That
gang members, something like.
Yup.
I might be tripping, but I just had a deja vu moment.
you probably did.
That means that you're in the right place.
Yeah, your license.
Get it?
I always
got
have deja vu,
Really?
and I always think about that, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
You guys watched the movie
I might be
Interstellar?
tripping.
That's
so
I can't watch that.
Did you watch the movie Interstellar?
Yeah.
What about you, Josie?
What's that?
Interstellar?
Who?
Interstellar?
Yeah, we watched it all
Yeah,
together.
bro, be after already.
Fucking bitch ass
You-
Murph, bro.
Fuck
You-
Murph. Fuck
Well,
Murph.
all my homies hate Murph.
Fuck
Who's
Murph.
Murph, the daughter?
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, Cooper Station. She named it after me." He was like, "No, she did it. She named it after herself." I was like, "What a bitch."
Oh yeah.
What an.
I did get kind of mad at her too.
Nah, I was mad at her since the beginning till
Me
the
too,
end.
because she was being hella fucked up to him, and he
Yeah.
was just trying to save the world. Technically, the world wasn't gonna end in their lifetime. Like their lifetime, they would have been fine, but the next generation would have been fucked.
Yeah.
So that's why they had to go through that, like, cause she stayed in the fucking NASA station for how long, and she was fine. But how many years passed by, and then they finally left Earth.
Well, when he went to go visit her, she was already in space, like in that little.
They're in their little what is it called, like a habitat.
So you think how Interstellar did it with space, like all the rules they had? Do you think that's how it works?
I think that's a concept.
What intrigues me the most, dude, by far, are the black holes.
They said that was the closest to
the actual black hole.
Yeah, and when they showed a real picture of it, it wasn't super close, but it was like
No, it was because the way that they saw it was
it was like warped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Dude,
too.
like when you actually think about like, did you guys have physics class?
Yeah.
Like you remember what happens when like you get closer and closer to gravity? Like that person is feeling like they're going at their usual speed, but the person on the outside sees like they're going like in slow motion. And they're just kind of both perceiving time differently because one is like really affected by gravity, and gravity has everything to do with time. You know, space time.
That's why when they say if you see like a supernova or something, that happened like years ago, and you're just seeing it right now.
But that's because of the speed of light.
And they say if you look at Earth from a telescope from a planet, that you see like 30 years in the past or something like that, because like that hasn't reached the other planet yet.
You know,
That's crazy.
they say that the
Makes sense,
sun's
though.
light takes 8 minutes to get here. So like really every sunset the sun was already gone. But
So
it's
we're
just
living in the past.
basically.
So
Like-
time's an illusion.
Well, it is.
Okay.
It is. But it all depends on how you're affected by gravity, because gravity has everything to do with like
And gravity bends too. Did you know that?
That shit got me bent.
what do you mean with that?
In space, it bends.
Gravity got me bent.
It bends
Like-
though.
It
gravity-
bends space time.
Yeah, like gravity right here.
Space-time?
Like gravity's right here. Like say it's like a layer, and if you like give a planet on top of it, gravity like bends.
I see that.
It goes like this.
I mean, I've seen that in the movie.
That's for real. That's
I
fucking
just
crazy.
don't understand that.
And maybe that's why I was saying, you know how when he's inside the Tesseract, like he's basically in the
Loki?
present.
This guy.
When he's like in the Tesseract and he's like basically in the present, but he's like seeing everything in the
Yeah.
past. Maybe that's what deja vu is. Like you're technically at this moment, you already lived it in the future, according to space time, and your past is barely living when you were like 5 years old, and you're in here. Like, you know, there's just so many.
That can be a theory.
Yeah.
That's what they try to do in Interstellar. But then there's like the whole thing about like multiple dimensions and shit like that, where like you made almost the same decision every time, but it's like something a little bit slightly different happened. So like right now, like
That's what I'm saying. But like, why is it like that?
I think they're just theories. I think people just try to understand what this
Yeah,
world
What
is.
is
because
going
nothing is
on?
nothing is like
They're-
true.
yeah.
Nothing is a fact.
I always wondered why they're so intrigued with space and not the ocean.
Well, because
I think-
I feel like it's more interesting the concept of aliens and
But if you
I
think
think
about
you're
it,
saying is
and life outside of
basically-
Earth.
yeah.
We
You think
basically
but
have
the
aliens.
ocean is easier to get to,
But everyone has this like hope.
and it's like only like 10% of the ocean is discovered, bro.
Right.
Like, for all you know, the fucking aliens are in the ocean.
Yeah,
That's
like,
literally what
you
I
never
was
know what's
saying.
under there, bro.
You know what I think is that
What if the ocean
like
just never
we're
ends?
us humans, like
There's
we're
like a
not that
portal.
advanced as we think.
Yeah.
We're barely starting with the submarines and like the boats. You know, it's only like 50, 60-year-old technology. You know.
Yeah.
And we feel like we're already like hella avanzados.
But we can't even go in the ocean yet.
Yeah.
We can't even like go underneath.
No, but
the
I'm saying
surface.
like, if we had spent all that time that we were trying to go to the moon,
that's true.
But that's also the race between the Russians.
Yeah,
and
we had a
China.
reason.
Space
So
race.
the big reason was
Because they swore they were gonna get to a planet that was like inhabitable,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "Nope, my planet, we fucked up."
didn't Russia get to the moon first?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
They
but
got out to space
they got
first.
to
They got to
space
the
first,
moon
yeah.
first. They did, but they didn't come
They
back.
just didn't plan to fly,
yeah,
right?
that's the
They
thing.
didn't come back.
That's that's
they
why.
died.
Yeah. and
That's why the
moon.
thing is that the U.S. is the first one to go and come back.
And that's what he was saying.
I thought the U.S. was the first to touch
Only the
down
winners
on
get
the
to tell
moon.
their story, right?
Hmm?
Only the winners get to tell their story.
Yeah.
You know when we talk about like going to the moon, like I always think of that one episode of SpongeBob where like
Bro, I love that.
where like they go and then they like just come back down.
And then they think they're in the moon, and they're
Yeah.
Bro,
Exact.
when they're in front of Squidward, like, ew, look at that thing.
like, look at the egg sac,
It's twins.
That's
the hands
disgusting.
underneath. Look, they're twins.
Did you guys watch Johnny Test?
They don't hit the
Yeah,
same.
I
I
watched
watched
Johnny
Johnny
Test.
I only heard the theme song.
Hey, you
Everyone.
kind of look like Bling Bling, bro.
He was a Sam.
Bling Bling.
He was a
Motherfucker had
Sam.
ice on him.
He was a sad.
He was balling, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bling bling.
He
He
had
was
like,
hella shy though.
The
Yeah.
twins. He hella wanted
he was
one of the
trying.
twins.
Yeah, he was trying to get a twin.
I was trying to get both the twins.
He's trying to get the mom.
For real. Johnny Bravo. I watched Courage.
Bro, I fucking love Johnny
Johnny
Bravo.
Bravo. That motherfucker was funny.
That fool would get canceled so fast.
I know.
What's that one show with the guy that will wear the red and white suit with the skateboard?
Oh, Kick Butowski.
yeah.
I love Kick Butowski too.
Hey, what team were you guys? Were you guys team Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
I wasn't allowed to watch
FX.
Cartoon Network.
You weren't?
Bro, I like Comedy Central.
FX.
FX. I would watch
2.5
movies on
Men.
FX all the time.
2.5 Men.
Dude,
I
Will,
would
Will
rather
Ferrell
do-
has been a goat for so long on FX. I remember when I seen 2.5 Men, when I seen the other guys, when I seen
Men.
Let's watch that shit.
what was his name? Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
That fool was on coke,
I
bro.
feel like
The first show that I watched coming into the US was Hannah Montana.
Dude, Hannah
Like-
Montana was good.
Yeah, Montana was
I was
good.
watching
Hannah
Hannah
Montana.
Montana.
I did not
And
go
then
outside.
after that, it was Zack and Sweet Life.
That
with
was my
Zack
shit.
and Cody.
Uh-huh.
That was my shit.
Yeah, that shit was.
That was my
fucking
shit.
You
funny.
watched the one where they finally went onto the ship.
Yep.
Sweet Life on Deck.
You watched that?
I didn't like Life
I
on Deck though.
didn't. Yeah, I
The
didn't.
hotel was better, huh?
Yeah.
We recently watched the episode where
That's
they're
so sweet life of Zach and Cody.
yeah, where like they
What?
meet up. No, wait.
Alright, no.
Is that a
no,
new one?
the
Okay,
one
okay.
with Raven.
Did you play the game on?
Oh
Yeah,
yes, come
you
on.
had to
Yes,
play
we
the
did.
game.
Yes, I did.
Had to play the
I was
game.
out here cooking shit, bro.
I was on the school
And then,
computer.
and then
I always got the
And then
pizzas.
Mr. Mosby was trying to get me, bro.
Yeah.
He was an
It was
ox.
like,
And he had a big ass head.
kind of reminds me of someone.
Wait, super weird question. Did you guys ever did you have that period of your life where you watched Mr. Meaty?
I don't know what you're talking
Maybe.
Okay, I gotta show you that because it was like a show on Nickelodeon for like
It's cursed.
5 months.
about. Mr. Me.
It is cursed as fuck.
Why?
I never watched it. My cousin Junior would watch it, and when I seen him watching that show, I was like, this shit is weird, bro. He's
Oh my god.
I think I remember seeing that
I
shit.
remember
I've seen that,
shit
but I never
was
watched
so
it.
That shit looks
fucking
fucking scary.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Chum Bucket.
I think
Yeah.
I might have watched it once, but like I didn't really pay attention to it.
all your brain cells after watching it.
Honestly, the shows on what was that shit called? The weird ass shows like late
Like
at
Robot
night.
Chicken?
Yeah, like
Oh.
Robot
Dude,
Chicken.
I watched Robot Chicken all
No,
the
those
time.
shits
Yeah,
for
Robot Chicken
sure
was
made us
fucked,
lose
bro.
brains.
Yeah.
That shit was like about murder. And
Yeah,
like,
it was. I was.
What was that
having
on
fun
though? It was on
watching that
It was on comedy or Adult Swim.
no, it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
shit. What? It was on
No,
Adult
I think
Swim.
it was Adult
Yeah?
Swim.
It was on Adult Swim.
I swear it was on Cartoon Network, like late at night. Bro.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's Adult Swim.
No, it was like something else.
It might have been on something else too, like Comedy Central maybe.
But I think you're thinking. I kind of remember being on something like what's that shit called? Like Cartoon Network, something weird like
Yeah.
that. I remember. Being
I think it was Cartoon
Is
Network.
Queen that movie?
There's also a late night show for Nickelodeon.
And like the Mike Tyson show would be on there and all that shit.
I don't know about the Mike Tyson.
It had like hella like graphic shows and shit
Bro.
at night.
There was one time where I stayed up late, and then an episode by Chris Angel came on, like one of his shows.
I used
For
to watch
Robot
Chris
Chicken?
Angel,
He
bro.
said, "I'm gonna make you levitate after this episode." I was like, "Oh, I'm watching this shit."
Did you see the one where he cut a woman in half?
Uh,
It looked hella real because her legs would still be like there. in
yeah,
her
she was
body.
wiggling them and
Yeah.
shit.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I never cared about magic.
I did. I thought
I
magic was
did.
cool. I
I
think
doubt
sleight
it.
of hand was always cool. Like even pickpocketing, I watched a lot of pickpocketing.
I think
videos.
I only watched Chris Angel for like a long time.
There's like a guy that's like, let me see, and he grabs his
Oh,
wrist, and then he like ends up with his watch like in his hand right here, and he's talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, he has his watch, and then he takes off his belt without him even knowing. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
My brother said in Colombia they try to pickpocket him.
It's everywhere. There's pickpockets even probably here.
It was in Colombia.
He went to Colombia
When?
like last year,
Would
2
you-
years ago.
Would you guys go to
I hella want to go to Colombia.
What do you do over there?
He just went with his girl.
Hey, would y'all go to Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Why?
To the red street.
To what?
The red block or some shit.
Oh, the red light
Oh,
district.
it's the red light.
Uh-huh.
What is that shit?
Like
It's-
where drugs are legal. and there's
No, it's not that.
Like prostitution and shit.
Well, it's not prostitution. It's actual work, and it's actually very.
No.
So prostitution.
No.
I've seen.
But in Amsterdam, it's allowed.
Yeah, over
It's
there
allowed.
it's like
But it's still called prostitution.
But it's like it's very organized, to be honest.
Organized
like,
prostitution.
like-
I honestly I've seen that they pay taxes like the prostitutes.
Yeah.
legit pay
So
taxes.
it's like work, but it's still called prostitution.
Yeah, that's what the
Like they-
profession is called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
They make you like. Sometimes they have like sinks and shit. Like I watched a whole video about it.
I know how he's trying to go.
I'm trying to see that shit.
You-
I
I
heard you.
would want to go
you-
see
you-
it.
I heard you can't film right over there.
You'd see it or you'd clap.
No, I gotta do it.
Or-
Probably club.
But you'd have to wear
A rapper.
a wrapper.
So I would want to wear rapper,
I know. I was about to say. I think you.
but
I
I'm
think they make
You
them.
run
no. Yeah. I was gonna say that because
Half of the world.
people say that porn stars are like the cleanest people.
Well, they have to be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm guessing right
They're
there.
always getting checked.
Since it's actual profession, I'm pretty sure you have to be clean.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
sure they
so,
get
too.
checked.
They like sometimes they even make you shower. Like they have showers in the room.
Shower beforehand.
Shit, I would do that too if I was kind of grossed out. I'd be like, oh, just go shower. Like,
Damn, you would go. That's crazy.
Damn.
I can't even answer a hypothetical because of this.
Damn. So you would hypothetically go fuck somebody?
Just say yeah, I would go.
You're
I won't.
hypothetically cheating on me,
Hypothetically.
bro. I can't fucking. I can't win.
At least it's a toxica.
Yeah, I know.
It really took a lot out of me to even do that. Just trying to think of something to say.
Cat.
What about you?
What about me?
Where are you trying to go?
I'm really trying to go to Japan. I
Yep.
really want to go to Japan.
I know you're trying to go to Japan. I know what you're trying to go for.
Why are you trying to go? Bruh. That's literally how she sounded, bruh.
Nah, I really want to go to Japan, and I just like the culture of like the samurais and ninjas and shit like that
Yeah.
to begin with, and obviously like I like anime and shit like that. So
And you got dope ass cars over
Like
there.
all
yeah,
the
they do have
temples
so
and
they
shit?
have like dude
Or
everything. It's like a
fucking-
fucking video game when you go in there.
Mhm.
It's weird, but like I want to see like the landscape.
Have you seen that one thing where you go down and down and down, and then that's where they have a lot of the cars? It's like a big structure, and you start at the top, and you just.
Like a
We're talking about
garage?
the Tokyo Drift, that garage. It might be that one.
I don't
It
think
might
it's a
be.
garage because it's literally like a road, and you just go down and down and down, and then it's like a.
I
Like a
drift that
parking
shit.
lot.
Yeah, that's what they do. I've
I
seen that.
drift that shit.
Chill
I'm pretty
drifting.
sure that's what it's for, because it's all
Fun.
cars down there.
Would you guys be down to go to Canada?
Oh, I'm down to go to
Yeah.
Canada.
That's out of the country. I'll be
I wanna go
down.
fishing over there.
I'm down.
Like Toronto?
Yeah.
We're going to Quebec.
We can go see Niagara Falls too.
A lot of people say that they've gone to Paris. I wouldn't want to go to Paris.
You know what the drinking age
You
in-
wouldn't?
Nah.
18?
Why?
Really?
Cause
That's like
it looks
Mexico, isn't it?
really nice and pretty, but
Like-
like people who have actually gone and they come back and like say how it was, they're like there's literally rats and trash everywhere.
Well,
Okay.
kind of like.
Paris.
Bro, I feel like that's what people think about.
Bro,
SF too.
Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
People
What?
think in SF like like SF is like the Golden Gate Bridge. Wow.
Yeah.
They go there. You go there. Right
No,
now,
because it is the Golden Gate Bridge. But once you leave that area,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, go to downtown. Go to like the fucking.
even LA,
Yeah.
true.
you can go to the
Anywhere.
Staples Center anywhere.
Downtown LA is ratchet. Skid Row and everything. I'm like, oh.
Dude, but
fuck
that,
no,
but
bro.
that's how you know that it
Bro,
actually
the
is a nice place
Hotel
to be at.
Cecil, like a whole ass haunted hotel, and like it's like abandoned and it's just standing there.
No, I think it's working again.
I think they had like a restaurant down there, but I'm like, bro, people literally have died in there. Like they
Yeah.
literally died like in the last like 10 years, and y'all are like cooking up a dish underneath. I'm like, oh hell no, bro.
A lot of places like that are like, oh my god, like tourist spots, this and that, but it's like there's only like one or two things that you can go to, and the rest is fucking ass.
I was thinking about what Juan said a long time ago,
What?
and I was thinking like, he's like, oh, it's just fucking San Francisco. Like, what the fuck's so special about it? I'm like, I have this weird thing. Everyone loves going to New York. I have a feeling New York's just like San Francisco.
I think it's
I
worse.
believe it too.
I think it's
But you know
worse.
what? For us, it wouldn't be the same thing
I know it's a different culture.
because it'd be different. It would be our first time there.
And we would only go to the nice spots. Like we would go to like the places where it's like, whoa.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
go.
we wouldn't go where we would be.
I'm
here
trying
in
to go
San
to the
Francisco.
Bronx. I'm trying to go to
Cause right here we know
Brooklyn.
where like the chill places are and shit.
Yeah.
Well, available
I
more.
want to go to New Jersey.
Are we taking the
I'd want my
subway if we
Tim's
go on
for
New-
sure.
The underground subway, I'm trying to take that shit.
That's the only place I can.
Bro,
And
you know,
not pay.
You know how much
I'ma
content
jump over
is
the
on
thing.
those damn subways in New York? How much goddamn content there always is? There's like a
For
guy
real?
sleeping, he has like a gun hanging out, or like someone's like passed out and they're spilling their drink all over the floor.
No, that's all in the same train.
Yeah.
And then right next to him is a guy fucking breakdancing.
You
Oh,
want
yeah.
you want some content? Just spend 8 hours in the fucking subway.
All right, guys, that concludes episode 3 of the Shove It podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Music, Spotify, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. All right, have a great day.
Sound of my wop, 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 wop.